And it's just one big old giant black screen. So let's try to add a window. Very weird that it just went away. Window, MTGA. That's even weirder. Why does it show... Oh, everything's weird, weird, weird. So I almost fixed it. Oh, weird. That's also not correct because it's below my... What happened? Let's remove my old source, I guess. Am I? No. Let's look at its properties. Alright, we're now on an even more tangential tangent. Almost is the same as not quite. It's close enough. Let me show you what I'm now dealing with. So I got MTGA to show up, but there's like a Windows 7 bar up at the top. Which that just ain't right. So let's try removing that again. And reclosing out of MTGA, maybe. What if I Control Z? Interesting. Well, we're gonna reboot up Magic. How's it going, Grish? We have a troubleshooting day today. What is that icon? For some reason, the MTGA screen capture now has a completely different icon. The one that I have done nothing at all. New source. Well, that ain't... Oh. That was very strange. And we're just gonna move on and not work with it at all. Not work whatsoever. My capture set to specific window from instead of any full screen one. Alright, riddle me this, Batman. Why is my unspent points? That was very strange, too. Alright, we figured it out. Let me look at its properties real quick. It is... At the very least, I can't say what the old one was, but the new one is for sure capturing just any full screen app. But there we go. Behold, magic. Magic. On top of being, like, 20 minutes late, we just needed 10 minutes of scuff. Jace, no mind all sculptors playing magic. I'm holding off in the shop because they do have the Unfinity lands in the deals today. But that would blow through. That would take up all of my coins, and we are like a month away from Final Fantasy, so I will pass. There will be a time when it comes back, and maybe I have stuff. I turned it off and back on again? No, because I tried that twice. And it didn't work. The third time, though, that's when it worked. Actually, no, turning it off and on again did not work. Neither did unplugging it and replugging it in. I didn't do that one. I uninstalled and reinstalled the program, essentially. I'm gonna be on a list somewhere, because I went on a huge tangent yesterday. I was watching a buddy play Expedition 33, Clair Obscur, and there's an area with, like, a bunch of, like, naval mines, and I was like, I am now very curious. Let's go on this tangent, and I'm like, how do naval mines work? How did they build naval mines? How does one set up and deconstruct a naval mine? And it's like, maybe I should have metered my expectations. Maybe I should have just been okay not knowing things. Also, we're fighting against Bristly Bill, and that is not great. Let's discard our Dragon's Approach, though. We want to take their Kami from them, because that gets out of hand. Oh, it also actually works with our bird. Wait. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I don't have... This is sad. This guy talks to Grish and is Googling naval mines. Definitely on some kind of list. Listen. We're gonna die. Like, this game is over because we didn't get our third land. I could have gotten rid of Bill. Maybe. There's our third land. But... the minute we had to spend 2 mana to get our third mana, yikes. They're just getting out from over us. Over from under us? You got it. I'll take 10. Four. I mean, I know you have a spell. Yeah, you absolutely have a spell, so I'm not gonna try to get rid of Bill. Maybe they just have 2 fight spells, and they're just like, end it. Oh, naturalize, okay. Maybe I live. I don't live. My hope is staying alive long enough to top deck a have to block here. The only thing that would keep me alive is top decking like a board wipe, which even then they could deal with. Discard a card. This one. A Raven form. But even then I'm dead, right? I guess I could have gotten away with the explosive derailment. Okay. We are staying alive. Sure. Down to 1. Let's play Grenzo next turn, too. Mythweaver. Ah, I hate it here. Good game. We have been fighting uphill this whole time. Good game. We were on borrowed time the minute I played this third land. You got your land? Yeah. We were so close to the right thing happening so many times, and just so far away. Because I genuinely think being able to cast their Kami a turn early would have been real nice. I think it would have let me play my bird a turn earlier, or like maybe get some more steel stuff. They probably would have killed the bird though. I guess I should have just gone for the kill on Bill. Like, I thought that they would have had protection and they just did not. I'm glad I found out. I just started using Game Chop's Video Game Lounge because it is stream safe. So, probably using that in the near future, moving forward. Zergo. Yo, Sin, how's it going? Alright, we're gonna Faithless Loot. Find a blue source, Otherworldly Gaze. Everything will be okay. Everything will be fine. Nothing can go wrong. Hold. We found our blue sources. See? Let's drop 2 Dragon's Approaches, I guess. Surveil land, okay. Zergo be doing things. Let's use our mana efficiently. I'm scared too. Let's pass. Let's see what they do, and then we'll decide. Other warriors get +1/+0. Okay. Yeah, we'll do this. Crime? Crime. I like crime. Let's discard this Demand Answers. Destroy a non-artifact creature. Interesting. Yeah, we're gonna take the removal, though. It's probably gonna be sad for them, but that's fine. Scalding Tarn. Let's get our... Oh, we don't have to get a black source that's untapped, do we? Let's take a peek then. If we do get a black source that's untapped, we can Otherworldly Gaze as well. So we'll do this. Nope, that's not a black source that's untapped. That's fine. Literally looked at it. Ah, yes. That is a Surveil land. I'll get my damage and I'll get my beats. Why not? You can get your beats too. Hey! Hey. Gonna enter Surveil 1. Somehow I feel like this is not. Let's put a clock on the field, literally. And then we'll pass the turn. I am currently everything that's wrong with Arena, according to some people. Do I gaze? Yeah. You got it. 1, 2. I could gaze. Put a counter on the clock, do the thing. Honestly, this first striker is what is causing them issues. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I'm a card away, though, from Xander, so I might hold off, actually. You get a scry. Is it what you wanted? No. Fast box. Let's do this. I was gonna say, if they found a way to buff it, like, good on them. You have gotten me. I'll take the 1. We are looking... Okay. Sack this creature. It deals damage equal to the number of creatures you control the target creature. Okay. My turn. Alright, maybe we should have, Maybe we should have, done the other thing. Let's do this, because we can set up, potentially... I'd like the cards in my hand. We'll just Otherworldly Gaze. Yeah, we'll pass. This is fine. I'm either going to counter the Zergo, or if they go for removal on the clock, I'm not going to deal with if they try to get rid of my creatures. Just because, like, that is... My weak point right now is my hand and my mana, not the amount of stuff on board. But I also can't deal with Zergo, so... Yeah, we'll wash that away. Which is good because it gives us the opportunity to gaze as well. Mobilize is a cool symbol. Yeah, go for it. You can pass right on ahead. Interesting. Oh, it's got Mobilize 1. That's what's up. Okay. I'm still not beat up about... Oh, they can't sacrifice their guy. Bottom. They get a free scry every turn. Let's Otherworldly's Gaze and see what we're working with here. Before anything else. Unforgiving Overtake. Lets us pop... something? It lets us pop the guy who's been... Honestly, it lets us hit a Zergo again when they cast him. So we're gonna put Vadrak on top. Past box. Yep. I'm gonna make them work for whatever they're trying to do. Like, if they try to kill my guy, I'm taking 1 life a time. Like, my Faithless Looting is keeping me at parity. Yeah, you got it. My turn. I could just cast Xander. Sure. Discard 2 cards, please, opponent. Why not? What a weird deck. It's like, stay alive, maybe I'll cast my commander some games. It genuinely feels like I have a 100-card singleton deck, a 99-card singleton deck with a companion. Like the OG companion. Oh my guy. That hurts. That's so sad. Ooh, they did have artifact removal. Each creature you control, they gain flying until your next turn. Okay, interesting. You should have done that after attacks. Because you have to sacrifice 2 things now. I think it's a rock and a hard place situation. Let's do both. I'll play Vadrak. I'll play this. Pop you. And put lethal in front of Elspeth. Yep. What are we at? We're at 2 Dragon's Approaches? Zergo. Some tokens. Alright, let's lead this. And I guess just put a Dragon's Approach on the stack. The Elspeth's gonna let the thing happen. Yeah. Alright, Zergo gets his beats. We're like almost... They've almost stabilized. They're incredibly close to just popping off. And we were incredibly close to getting a dragon in play, but that's fine. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Faster blocks will block a couple of these guys. Faster first strike damage. Damage. And just like that, we are at an even life total. Let's see what happens here. There's a chance we can draw a blue counterspell. Nope. Well done. What then? How do we live? One, two, three, 4, 5, 6, 7. 5, 6, 7. The issue is we take, what, 2, 4... They can just 0 it again if they wanted to. So 3, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Yeah, we just die to an Elspeth 0. So let's start digging. This makes sense to me. Three, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Even if we get rid of Elspeth, we can't do anything on that front, so we have to just dump our whole hand. Our whole hand? We gotta fish for something. Yeah, I'm gonna do it again. Don't worry. Boop. Alright, that will not do it. Good game. Very, very close. They managed to stabilize right at the very end. Elspeth's a heck of a card. Because it was Elspeth, she just dropped down immediately. View printed card 5, pops a thing that's a threat. I might get an Elspeth for paper. Elspeth and paper sounds cool. But, might wait until she settles a little bit because... She's never gonna drop super low, is she? Because she's a token doubler. A token doubler that makes tokens on enters. Or, like, as soon as she enters, rather. Alright, let's close out of these naval mine tabs. Maybe that'll... Maybe I shouldn't be on a naval mine tab for over 24 hours. Let me see if Cerebi has anything. I don't think we've gotten, like, crazy Pokemon news. I didn't realize Wiglet was a golden color when it's shiny. But, yeah, let's get back to our match. Is this another Bill? This is another Bill. Is this hand good for Bill? With them going first? No? Not really, but I don't want to do anything else, so. This is a hand that does not win the game against Bristly Bill, by the way. Just an FYI. But it's cool. Let's get this Rakdos Surveil land. Alright, now that, though, changes things. Not a lot, but it does change things. Yeah, you got it. If I had a kill point, it would be here. I don't. Did they all... Oh. So you're telling me there's a chance. Okay. Maybe they just forgot to play a land. Okay, that's not good. We're dead in a turn if we don't deal with this cat. So they only had 3 lands and they wanted to save the cat, basically. Well. I guess I'll take what? The Mossborn? Just in case we end up out of this situation somehow. But we are not. Not. 7, 9, 18. If they have a way to put a counter on them before playing a land. Okay. That's fine, I suppose. Oh. Oh, it didn't double. Okay. I'm okay taking 13 then. Yeah, sure. Why not? I kind of need land. I kind of really need lands. This is bad. I mean, that's lands, but that also, I'm just dead. Right? Let's just hope in their 4 cards in hand, they don't have a way to put 2 lands into play. Or more than 2 lands into play, even. We'll take you. Why not? Because anything else I play, these only have 2... What if we just pass? I haven't cast a spell this turn. Oh, we're just dead. We're just dead if they swing out. Don't tell them that. Don't tell them that. Opponent would be really cool if you didn't swing. Okay. Okay. I think they're gonna swing. Yeah, good game. I was like, maybe they don't. What if they didn't? We're very dead. Alright. That was almost... Like I said, that was a hand that you keep if you don't want to win against Bristly Bill, but it was cool. Imagine if we had untapped with all of the mountains that we ever needed. Maybe one day we'll get a win so that we can go up to level 47. And then we'll be just 3 wins away from level 50. And finally we can add Mythic Rares to our deck. Finally. Well, that was lore about Ureni. I kind of wanted to pay attention to that, but I wasn't paying attention. Alright. This time, for sure, they go first. If what I remember about the last time I played against Xanathar is correct, it was just like a control-y deck with all of the kill spells. So Rusko will never hit the field. Rusko might hit the field. I have a Surveil land. I'll keep the Surveil land. I'm keeping it on kind of this and Rusko, because maybe it'll be, Boop. Maybe sometime I can do this and win. Tiny Bones. Uh-oh. Non-land permanent from that player's graveyard. I need them to not have a discard spell this turn, because, okay. Could you imagine? I've got Dragon's Approach as opponent. If they discard spell, next turn cast Rusko, I would be in shambles. I don't know if I would ever recover from that. Okay, Choked Estuary. No! Oh wait, it's just a card. I might need more blue sources. So I'll give you a red spell. I thought that it was gonna look at my hand, and I was gonna be so sad because it had come to pass. Let's slip a Rusko into play. How do you feel about this, opponent? Maybe? Yes, okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So next turn I can Dragon's Approach twice. I'm assuming Rusko is not long-lived. I can Xander next turn. We're getting close to Dragon's Approach, which means that what is absolutely going to happen is they're going to Bojuka Bog this turn. 4 Dragon's Approaches in the bin? Watch this. Bojuka Bog off the top. Okay, they have my land. The worst has not come to pass. I will absolutely burn for 6. Yes, please. But I wanna... No, we're gonna burn for 6. Oh, we can do both. I like both. I also know... If I know anything about Xander, or Xanathar, it's that they like to kill things, so... Drakazeth is not our answer here. Hidetsugu and Kairi might be, though. If it's an instant or sorcery card, you may play it for free. Alright, so we're gonna do these 2 on top. In that order. Because that'd take him to 9. Maybe. Hold. Ooh. Oh! Boy. Okay. What a strange match this has been. I have never seen Coerce to Kill at all in my life. But it doesn't get rid of the abilities, so that's really cool. Mystic Subdual and Isolation to Orthanc. At Orthanc. Okay. Interesting. So they're a thiefy control-y deck. Got it. Take action. Please don't be something scary off the top. Please don't be something scary off the top. Land? Okay, I can deal with that. Round it down. Play the bird. P the T. Xanathar doesn't fly, right? No? Okay. Chat, we are holding on for dear life. Talion does fly, though. That's not great. What do they choose? 6? Yeah. Let's do this. They have a kill spell in hand. That is not a very good spread of cards. That is not a good spread of cards in the slightest. Okay, They turned my bird into food. Interesting. I'm gonna have to sack my bird, I think. Look at that player's... the top of the library spells, okay. I don't have meaningful enchantment. Well... I'm dead either way next turn. Right? Not necessarily. We're gonna crack this. Maybe I draw enchantment removal and that's on me, but... yeah, okay. Let's do... I don't think I can do both, right? I have to do... Vadrak or Drakaseth. Can't cast spells. I can look at the top card. Okay. Please be alright. Please be don't terrible. Don't look at my creatures. Okay. Hold. Okay. Things have happened, but we're not dead. Didn't want to catch my Dragon's Approach. Interesting. Okay. Why? 4, 3, 3. Okay. Sure. Cool. Three, 6, 9. What if we do Vadrak? 2, 4, 6? I like that. Your move, opponent. No! Alright. That's fine, I suppose. Out of all of the ones to take, Hidetsugu and Kairi is not the best. That is really, really bad. Alright, well, I wasn't winning via that either way, I guess then, huh? Interesting. Hold the line. We need a spicy top deck, but they know what's on top of my deck. Huh. Well, that's not great. They have so much mana. This was so close. It was so doable. Yeah, that's fine. My guy. Oh. Interesting. They know I have haste, so they're playing incredibly patient. They're playing so patiently. They're leaving lands on top of my deck, though, whenever. This is brutal. I hate it. What do you got? Grenzo? Oh. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. bad things are happening. If they take a Dragon's Approach, they have lethal, right? Yeah. Or just cast Dragon's Approach, I suppose. Good game. That was so close to good. We were so close. We needed one Dragon's Approach, but they just Xanathar Fate Sealed the top of our deck. It hurts. It hurts so bad. Yeah, that was a good game. No. Alright. I need to emotionally recover from that last one. We have cast all of our blue or black spells we needed in that last game alone. That was a brutal one. So they were a thief deck, not a counter and blow up everything deck. It's, I'm going to make your stuff useless or mine, one way or the other. Oh, that was tough. That one hurt. We are playing against a Tiamat now. Tiamat got some spice with I don't know, man. Tiamat got some spice with this last set. Like, outside of Draco Genesis. There are even a few cards that I've added to my deck, because, like, the Meringue River Marauder, or whatever it's called, on ETB, bounce 2 things. Real nice. Ooh, I like crime. Now, this is something I can get behind. A turn 2 play? I didn't even ask for this. What if we steal... What do we want to steal? Yeah. Yeah. Pretty much. Now we just need 2 mana to get there. Terramorphic and Nomad Outpost. They are on that budget mana base for sure. Putting damage on board, though, does not sound like a bad idea. Just as much as quick. Yep. We just need one more. One more mana and we're set to start doing things. We're 3 deep, yeah? Yeah. Alright, please. Our first level of the day. Dragon spells cost 1 less? 2 less. Yeah, no. No thank you. Alright. We're a mana shy. Hold. Alright. We're in go mode. Wait. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Yeah, it's gotta be this. We just want the damage. As much as fast. As much as fast. Wrathful Red. Fine with me. 6/5. Take out the loot monger, that's fine with me. Xander? I think we just Xander. Hold. We're at 5. They're at 5, we're at 22. They just card half their hand. Hold. One, 2, 3, 4, 5. They have 5 mana, so they can't cast Tiamat next turn. Orb of Dragonkind is actually kind of annoying, huh? Yeah. I think that means... No. No, I think we chill. I think we chill. We play a Patient. They have to block with Wrathful Red, or whatever they... Breaching Dragonstorm. I'm sorry, okay? That's really cool. Let's... What? Oh, yeah. Okay, we got there. The math was mathin' for a second. Yeah, okay. That was close. We almost missed that one. Lethal on board, and I almost missed it completely. Okay. First win of the day. Thank the Lord above. But we've got one more point to the list. We are 3 wins away from, just three. Hold the line. Attack with 30 creatures. That was very close. I almost missed that line of make a bird, exile bird. And I would have punched myself for that one. That one would not have been pleasant on the brain, knowing I missed that lethal. But we just need 3 wins. What dragons do we add? Goldspan was good. I'm debating Goldspan because it's a hasty... I guess... Tovalor. We'll wait. Why not? Just in case they have a turn 1 play that influences what land I get. Oh no. We're going to get the Surveil one. The blue one, though. Blue-black, yeah. Hello. A Highway Robbery can go top? Yeah, why not? I like Creme. An 8/7. Other wolves and werewolves have trample. Put a +1/+1 on target creature. Cool. I like it. I will take it. Game actions have happened, I suppose. It's a non-game. For those who are unfamiliar, we cannot, if somebody scoops before any game actions have taken place, then we cannot count that as a victory. But if lands have been played, if spells have been cast, etc., then it counts for points, and that has saved our caboose several times in the past. I don't know if this challenge would be super easy without it. Although the amount of times that we've not been able to add points because people like see the commander and scoop, or people see their hands and mulligan a couple times and scoop, or something like that. That specifically is why we had the game actions have to take place rule. Otherwise. But I hope everybody's day is going well. We saw some interesting secret layers today that I'm not super interested in. Like the commander deck, this is a terrible hand. The commander deck one, like, it's alright. It's whatever Morophon deck I would want to build. The You Are Not Alone secret layer is probably the one I would be the most interested in. It has a Concordant Crossroads in it. Nope. Hold on, what is Vinwixt? Start your engines, no max hand size. If you would draw a card, draw 2 instead. Okay. Nope. Sure. Bottom of Dragon's Approach. Chrome Mox into a turn 1 Vinwexed? No, into an Assert. Ooh. Alright, what is this card? When this enters, return a spell or non-land permanent to its owner's hand. If this creature was bargained, it perpetually costs 2 more. That's kind of neat. Yeah, it had a bunch of different stuff. Counter my spell, I suppose. Why not? Oh, no counter spell. Flash? Oh, Venwix doesn't have any toughness, or power, rather. I just realized. Let's get rid of your damage dealer. They found a card they like. I don't like that. Okay. Oh, they don't know I'm an approach deck yet, do they? Let's plot a card. They don't know I'm an approach deck. Jace. This is a very strange game that's happening right now. Discard a card. I'll cast a Hidetsugu and Kairi, I guess? It happens? What do they have in their hand? Top. Like that, yeah. What do they have in their hand that they don't have counter spells? Oh, I probably should have realized that they have... What is this? What are we even doing? I'm gonna mill 4 cards now per draw. I'm very intrigued. They can't block Venwexed. Okay, well... I'm gonna hit you for 5. How many? 1, 2? I'll cast this. And, I don't know, just hold up demand answers, I guess. I don't know what's going on anymore. Yeah, you got it. Bajuka Bog, Choice of Fortunes. That's number 3. Hexproof can't be blocked. Okay. We'll demand answers. Discard a card. Still don't have a counterspell, it looks like. This is gonna be brutal. I'm just gonna do this and see what happens. Chromox. I'm assuming we see Invisible Stalker and Search for Escanta. Just anything to recover, really. But, yikes. Okay, Curiosity on that. Okay. Do we have an Edict? We might have an Edict. We have a lot of Dragon's Approaches. Shadow's Verdict is the one. Take action. We'll grab the... I don't know. I think we'll just do... View battlefield, yeah. Yeah. My indecision at the end was not good for the opponent, but I was like, there's not... I was trying to think of things that we could worry about and things that might stop us, and whether it was better to go for the immediate damage or the creature on board. And I think they were at 12. They were about to be at 2 if I... Yeah, I should have gone for the Trample Hasty Shuffle back in guy. And they knew I had the Exile effect too. Like, that was just tough for them. Like, the Psych Rift was backbreaking. But we're 2 away. 2 wins away from our Mythic Rares, finally. Do I have an orb? I would like to ponder my orb. What? Ureni? I played against this Ureni the other day. It's very interesting. It essentially becomes a targeted removal in the command zone after a certain point. I do like this Kotis art. We're gonna get this Kotis art. It makes sense probably to actually get the dragons because they're mythics and would cost more gems in the future, but I just don't care. I think this is the next card I'm gonna get because this Siege is really good. Like, what? Let me see the other ones. +1 on each creature. Nice effect. I like that a lot. At the beginning of your end step, if a creature died under your control this turn, each opponent sacks a creature of their choice. Good, however, it doesn't work with Mardu from the set, which is really, really weird. The whole Mardu focus in this set is Mobilize, which creates a token. The tokens exist until the end step, and then at the beginning of the end step, you sack the tokens. If nobody blocks the tokens in combat, nothing will have died. And so this ability won't go on the stack, because it checks if things have died, then this triggers at the beginning of the end step. It's really, really weird that doesn't work. Whenever a counter is put on a creature you control, draw a card once a turn. Whenever you attack, put a counter on target attacking creature, gains menace until end of turn. I think those are alright. This was the other one that was kind of interesting. As it enters, choose Team or Sultai. When you cast an instant or sorcery, target player mills 4. That seems good with some self-mill shenanigans, and then if you can blink a non-land permanent, you could play your lands from your own graveyard. Windcrag. Mardu or Jeskai. If a creature attacking... This is the other one that's kind of crazy. In Mardu colors, we have Isha and Two Heavens as 1, but in just Boros, I don't think there's a single... If something attacks, it triggers again. Until this card existed. Maybe I don't think I picked one of these up. I might need to. At the beginning of your upkeep, make a Gabo with haste and lifelink. Like, sure, I guess. But then the Frostcliff, which I did snag. Jeskai doesn't really matter. Whenever one or more creatures deals combat damage, draw a card. Like, that's fine. But Teamer gives creatures you control +1/+0 and haste? I mean... Well, that's a weird dragon. So yeah, I need to pick up the Boros one. Alright. Still those islands, or those Infinity lands in there. Let's get back to our games. Flash 4-drop. When it enters, gain 3, surveil 3, counter a creature, or destroy an enchantment. That's kind of spicy, especially in, like, Sultai colors. Maybe someday I'll put back Yarok. I feel like Yarok should get back together. Ureni is such a pain of a commander to play versus. I think... I didn't expect that Ureni to be as influential in the game as it was. I, at first, thought it was the Dragon Ureni, and I was like, oh yeah, like, enters, dig 6, get a dragon. Maybe it's... I think it's 6. But I did not expect it to be as crazy as it was. We'll play a land pass. Let's see what we get next turn. especially in the go-to Blink colors, Blink, create copies, etc., etc. Like, it is much better than I thought it was. We'll do this. Thalia on the Gitrog. Can they play lands from their graveyard? No. Okay. Surveil 1. It was a lot cooler than I expected. Let's put some Dragon's Approaches on the stack. There's no reason to discard and draw stuff if we have other spells we can cast, I figure. And if they play Thalia and Gitrog, we'll just... Ooh, they can't. Ooh. That's pretty good. Are they getting the desert that surveils and bounces? No, they're getting 2 swamps. Fair enough. You know, fair enough. Let's... Compulsive. Looking at more cards is better. Let's discard. That's pretty good. We're at 3 in bin. Hold. That's gotta go. Do we exile that? Probably. Did they tap wrong? I can only destroy artifacts? That's not good. What if we just drew a land? We can't let that live. We can't let that live. If they have protection, so be it, but we can't. And I'm not gonna exile their food token to give them a creature. That does not seem proper. There's Thalia. There's Fountain Port. That's pretty good. Never mind, the other Haunt Lord isn't as big of a threat as I thought they would be. There are much, much, much bigger things to deal with. Oh no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Well, we can get whatever big dumb we want next turn at least, but... Uh-huh. Whenever one of our lands are put in your graveyard from anywhere, gain 2 life. Yeah. 5, 9 life? Yikes. It might be worth... No, we won't sack for Otherworldly Gaze. Like, the treasure is important to us. Yikes, though. Yikes. Sack the bird, draw the card, nice. Alright, hold. This is salvageable. Not by much, but it is salvageable. My turn. Thieving Haven. Take action. If they don't have a kill spell, we're set. If they do have a kill spell, oh no. We can wait. End the turn. 4, 8, 9, 10, 11. They don't have the fancy land, right? What do they need? Argoth, Sanctum of Nature? Yeah, no? Okay. Yeah, you got it. So they're fishing for something for Drakazeth. They found something for Drakazeth. That's not good. I think we just die. I'm pretty sure we're just dead. I guess Damnation off the top this turn would be really good. Let me guess, recast? Yeah. That's really good. I guess they missed out on a bit of damage. They should have swung first and then dealt the damage. Alright, well. I should have set a stop in my upkeep. Just on the off chance. Just in case. Damnation was my top two. No, yeah. Unfortunate. Good game. That one's brutal. Some Joda player just spammed GG on you turn 4, then quits a few turns later. Listen, in Joda it's all or nothing. You either know by turn 4 if you're winning or not winning in the slightest, and that's usually because either Joda's dead or Joda's alive. That's all it means. As a 5-color bull player, that's all it means. Could you imagine, just for an instance, top deck, one of our several destroy all creature spells off the top. The only one that would be bad is Shadow of Verdict? That doesn't sound right. The one that exiles all the 3-drop creatures, like that one would not have been helpful, but any other one. Because I don't think I run, Toxic Deluge. I'm pretty sure it's on Arena, but I don't think I run it just because, like, my thought process behind it was I need to get to turn 4. If I am Toxic Deluging, it's probably for way too much life than I can afford. If you're gonna spam GG someone, at least play until the death. You know, that's fair. If you're gonna be a nuisance, you should have some accountability. Could you, this card, I'm gonna come back to this card. Could you imagine if, for a second, if you hit GG, you're automatically locked in for the rest of the game? Like, you couldn't leave? Alright, that's a swamp. That's all 3 of our colors. Let's keep it. Demand answers in an instant. We're good to go. Like, could you imagine the second you hit GG that it's over? Would you like to counter this? No. Alright, let's play a Mana Geode then. How do you feel about ramping then? That would be good. It would be very funny. I don't know if it would be good. Dragon's Approach. I can do this all day. I gotta count to 3 and that's it. Flick a coin. Format All-Star Flick a coin. Let's go. In the first level up deck. Alright. I forgot that that's who they were doing. This card. In the first level up deck that I built, which was the Red God from Lost Caverns of Ixalan. I'm gonna do this now. Flick a Coin was an incredible card. It was instant speed, deal at least 4 damage to target player, create a treasure, draw a card. Like, that was really, really good. Alright, we're just gonna lose to... Oh, they have the... I'm gonna cast Dragon's Approach. They're gonna copy their Otter. They have the 6 mana spell. They're gonna bounce my treasure, copy the Otter. Yeah. That's tough. I played against a Commodore Guff yesterday at my at my local game shop, and this card goes crazy, especially in like a Commodore Guff Commander Super Friends deck. Like, they ulted 2 or 3 times. Their spells had Storm, I think, by the end. Alright, they are fishing for something. How many spells? Okay. I'm just gonna lose to a bunch of otters. Would you like to counter this dragon? Yup. Yup. This card goes crazy hard. That's a lot of storming. They were like, I only have at the beginning of the game, and they were being genuine. They didn't. This wasn't them like lying or anything. Speaking of storm, they were being genuine. Oh no. They were like, I only have like 6 instants of sorceries in this deck. I don't. Alright, we need to destroy all non-dragons. Alright, hold. Almost don't want to get rid of Ral. We're probably just dead. Like, if they have any damage spell and other spells they can cast, we're probably just dead. You gotta have something. No? Alright, let's get this, Rapacious Dragon countered, I suppose? They're just counter magic, right? It's all counter spells all the time? Okay. It's cast, not copy, yes? Okay. Okay. Yeah. I believe this game is probably done. Okay. Oh, that's really good. That's really good. I love watching stuff like this. Like, somebody pop off like this. This is really cool. Insanely good. I wiggled white for that. Storm, draw a card. You don't see the big commanders too often on Arena like Rally. You play more silly or annoying than powerful. I see a lot. I see a bunch of stuff. This deck started as I have a deck building challenge, and that's what this is. I start at 99 commons in my deck, and then as I win games, I get points that you can see up at the top left. It's 1 point for uncommons to be added. When I reach level 25, then I can add rares for 2 points. And if we get one more win, it's 3 points for Mythics. So, I do that, I play to level 50, and then I go on one more stream after that with like a victory round. They are just popping off, huh? I'll hit him with a greatness at any cost. So, I'll hit him with a GG. That was really cool. For example, I built Lulu, and let me go show you this Lulu. Let me pull up the Lulu real quick, just so you know the level of, like, the lowest of lows I can be at versus the highest of highs. Here's my level 52 deck. So we built Lulu, because it was the commander we ended up on. And let me go over here. Lulu Forgetful Holophant. A 3-drop where you can spend 2 more mana and discard a white card and a plane, or a plains, or a green card or a forest. When Lulu enters, you get a 1-time boon, with when you cast the next creature spell without flying, it perpetually gets it. And then the white one says, whenever you attack with one or more other creatures with flying, you gain that much life. Or the green one is, whenever you attack with one or more creatures with flying, those creatures get +2/+2. Which sounds good in theory. It sounds like, alright, that's pretty good. Until you remember, at common, and even at uncommon, you don't have access to board wipes. You don't have access to any, like, big, flashy things, like, what was the best creature that we ended up going with for Lulu? I'm trying to remember. Like, the MVP, actually, one of the MVPs of the entire deck that made it all the way to level 52 was Owlbear. A 4/4 for 5 mana that can get flying. Like, that is the level of, like, degeneracy we were attempting to work with. To the point where, like, Rust Goliath was also a good one. We tried to do, like, a weird... We tried to do, like, a flicker strategy or something like that at the very beginning, and it just did not. It was not. Doing damage in increments of 3 is not how you win games, believe it or not. I was always told you beat an elephant 1 bite at a time, but... So we saw some genuinely terrible decks when we were playing Lulu. But we also got blown out by those genuinely terrible decks a lot of the time. It's the, like, how... Why are we here? Just to suffer. His decision-making process for freaking Commander's a bit shoddy. It's lottery. If anybody wants anything, like, Grish had been recommending Xander for the longest time. Probably in part, partially in jest. But also a little bit serious. Ooh. Do I like this? This is the Transform Huatli that gets dinosaurs. I don't like that, but... I think we get a Surveil land. Do it turn 2. But, like, you don't have access to board wipes until rares, in, like, any of the colors. Oh. Yeah. Let's get a Surveil land. I kind of want to get up to Grenzo. I want more red because we have the Aquifer. I don't have a red Surveil land, though. Well... That's awkward. I still want to Surveil. In the bin. Alright, that's a red land. I like that. We are getting to 6 mana 1 tap land at a time. Harald's Horn. I was gonna say, it'd be very funny if they chose, human or warrior or bard. Let's... Yeah. I'm still a little iffy on the indestructible artifact lands, because, like, if they exile an artifact, they can get rid of that. Which I'm honestly expecting to see a lot more come Final Fantasy, because I think that there's a sorcery speed exile an artifact. You believe Farewell was an uncommon in white? Honestly, white needs all the help it could get. White needs all the help it could get, but unfortunately, I did check that. And no, last I checked, unfortunately, it was not. It was not. Savage Stomp. Why are you like this? Hold the line. big is Watley? 1, 2, 3, 4. We can Grenzo next turn, so I'm actually going to get rid of the dinosaur right now. I think they're waiting to get Huatli and flip Huatli in the same turn, which is not a bad way to play. Thrashing Brontodon, Huatli. Alright, well, like, they just called my lie. They don't have a land drop, right? They do, but they didn't play the untapped land. Okay. Grenzo's 4 toughness? Let's drop a Grenzo and try to steal a fight spell. Well, none of these are fight spells. And Savage Stomp will kill Grenzo. That's sad. We'll take this one then. Man, could you imagine? Grenzo at one point was any spell for free. This card needed this nerf. Set symbols for murder are so thin it looks silver. Alright, well that's an Atali. Oh, they wanted to leave their creature alive. That makes sense. Yeah, that makes sense. We're gonna cast Xander next turn. I think that's a good idea. Well, wait. No waiting, we're casting Xander. Discard 2 cards, opponent. Or 1 card, if they have a protection spell. I guess it could be Path. No. Defense of the Heart. Alright. What a bunch of cards. Interesting. Oh yeah, they do just get to cast whatever they want, don't they? We probably should block this then, huh? Yeah. Yeah. That's not great. This is actually not looking like a good game. They're looking at their Huatli. Yeah, they left everything, just the best of everything. And they know we're a Dragon's Approach deck. Ah, this match is not... This match is not looking so hot. I think we get rid of Homegirl. We die, but I think we get rid of Homegirl. Wait. 3, 6. Yeah. I don't want you gaining 7 more life. Atali. Huatli. This all makes sense to me. What are we bitter reunioning? Oh, we can bitter reunion and Dragon's Approach, actually. Drakazeth? Drakazeth makes sense. And just hope they don't have a fight spell, basically. Or... can't block this turn. I think we just gotta keep Homeboy on permanent non-blocking or non-attacking duty. and just go for a swing. I think this is our path forward to victory, but I'm not sure how good this path is, actually. Let's put a stop on upkeep. Tully's fine. Oh, they're just gonna gain life. Yeah. They could make a dino. Making a dino doesn't sound like a bad idea, especially if I'm going to divert my attention to Watley. Nah, they're gaining life. Okay. Let's surveil. Solve the Equation is a card that exists. Pass to main. Solve the Equation. Any card we want? They could have Recursion. I don't think I'm actually too worried about that. I think we just have to get rid of... I think we have to blow up Atali. They're tapped out. Tutors are pretty good, believe it or not. Fun fact. Now what do we do about Atali or Huatli entering and making some dragon or dinos? Now what do we do? I guess play our own dino dragon? Man, this card might be one of the mythics that I add to the deck. This card is just really good. You got it. Land for turn, scry, okay. Bottom. I'm very, very concerned we're gonna get hit by, like, Zakama soon. All 3 bin. How many Dragon's Approaches are we at? 1, 2... Okay. Bonehard Dracosaur. I need to start putting damage on board. If Huatli searches for any dino they want, that's gonna be problematic. They're going for their deck thinning. Surveil land, nice. What a nice sequence. Let's sack a land. Now that's a series of events. I wanted a Bajuka Bog, I think. That's fine. Dragon's Approach. Dragon's Approach. Dragon's Approach. Take action. Insane sequence of events. Insane sequence of events to get to level 50. Oh. I did play the wrong land. I think... Did it matter? Not really. That was a lot of things going correctly there. Although I guess we didn't need... I don't know, that was... It could... Yeah, we would have had lethal even with just 2 of the 3 Dragon's Approaches we had. Okay. But, whew, we made it to level 50. We can now add Mythics to the deck. What are we thinking? We have 3 free Mythics that we can just slot in because of the points that we have. I'm so happy we made it. We're gonna... This means that next Monday is our last Xander stream. I don't know what that means. How good, how bad? I think we're doing... Let's start with... Let's start with Mythic Dragons. I forgot you could add Nicol Bolas to Xander, honestly. We could try to make it... We could try to flip Mishra. That sounds like such a bad plan. If Mishra and a creature named Phyrexian Dragon Engine are attacking, and you both own and control them, exile them, meld them into Mishra, it enters tapped and attacking. That sounds like such a bad game plan. Niv Mizzet, though. Wait a minute. Whenever a source you control deals non-combat damage to an opponent, draw that many cards? Niv Mizzet, though? That is a probable very good include. Like, that is probably better than Hidetsugu and Kairi, honestly. Other dragons get +1/+1 in Storm. That's not good because we're not casting our dragons. We're not bargaining our dragons. You may collect Evidence X. When you do, this creature deals X damage to each creature and planeswalker that player controls. I think we just stock up on all the good dragons. Like, let's see if we want to make any cuts. Let's add all the dragons that we might want. Until your next end step. So Dragonhawk is spicy. Bonehorde Dracosaur we talked about, just a very good card. Goldspan is just a very good card. Whenever you cast a spell, you may discard your hand. If you do, draw one... I would be discarding my hand and drawing one color. Alright. Draconic Destiny. Enchanted creature gets +1/+1, has flying, haste, and pay 1. This creature gets +1/+0 till end of turn. When enchanted creature dies, this comes back. I'm not super invested. This made me realize I don't own an Ancient Copper Dragon. Junji, Imrith, or an Ancient Silver Dragon. What am I doing with my life? I can't make them either. That's sad. Right. So I think with all of the dragons that I want to add, I don't know is that there are many mythics that I want to add besides that. Clever Impersonator is funny. Wasn't Clever printed at rare at one point? Kindred Discovery? I feel like that was rare too. Let me cross-reference Kindred Discovery and see if it was rare. Yes. Yes, it was. Hidetsugu and Kairi was kind of our stand-in for if something... Like, it drew us a card, it potentially let us ping them for 3, and we got a free spell out of it, maybe. Is it time to cut? I don't want to cut Grenzo, man. Let's keep looking. Let's keep looking and see what we could cut or want to cut. I think Young Red is on the chopping block, just as one of our spells. The flare is so funny. We're gonna leave the flare in for now. We might cut it later, but let me check my board wipes. Board wipe. Board wipe. Board wipe. Very needed exile board wipe. Let me sort my dragons too. Meringue River, Drakazeth, Hidetsugu. We'll just keep, like... So we've got removal, we got our board wipes, we've got card advantage. Let's sort these into stuff that... Single target removal, card advantage. Cards I like and are really funny. Where was single target? There it is. Bergie might go. Bergie actually has not been... I'm gonna count this as single target removal because it's only ever if they're targeting Lord Xander with. Bergie might go just because, like, Vadrak has always been the better one. And the last time I tried... Where did the land go? Where did Lorien revealed? That's all the way over there. Vadrak is just so much better than Bergie, in my opinion, in this deck. Because I don't have to start a thing, and also Bergie only ever makes these cost 2, essentially. These can cost 1 with Vadrak. Single target removal. Card. Advantage. I like all of our loot effects, or rummage effects. Because those specifically let me pitch my Dragon's Approaches. Single target removal, card advantage, maybe DRC goes. DRC's good though. Removal, card advantage. So we've got ramp, which is very low actually, but we only need to count to 3 typically. Our Dragon's Approaches, general good stuff, interaction / removal, card selection, board wipes, dragons. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We're not going to be able to add all of these. We would have to cut so many things if we were going to add all of them. So let's piece together what we want. I want Niv, for sure. I like the idea of the Tyrant as well, I think. Terror is actually not as good as some of the other dragons that I'm considering adding. Because Terror is only good if you are casting creature spells, or putting dragons into play, I guess. If you're cheating dragons into play, that's also pretty good. So we're actually going to cut Terror. Let's swap our border over, too. Because our Mythics are popping. And then, what is my issue? Bone Horde needs to live a turn rotation. But it does provide a lot. Dragonhawk needs to enter and live when it enters. I think I like the Bone Horde more. Dragonhawk is very good, but again, like, it's the same thing as what Terror of the Peaks is doing, in that you need 4 power creatures, so at most, on average, this will only be exiling 1 card. So we're actually going to cut that too. I could add Expropriate to the deck, which is just ridiculous. I think... Let me look at how many lands. I don't think we can go low on lands. We're at 34, yeah. And with the amount of ramp that we don't have in our deck, we cannot go lower. Young Red is for sure getting cut. But we need to cut 3 points if we want Goldspan in as well. Red Dragon's been too good to me. Meringue River's been super good. Hidetsugu and Kairi I'm considering. I'm kind of considering Rapacious Dragon. But let me look at some of our non-synergistic cards first. Crime is good. Crime is good. Bergie. Let's throw Bergie over in the maybe cut pile. I love how... I really do like how 4 of these 6 cards are all alchemy cards. It shows that I give in to degeneracy quite easily. Wash Away is an uncommon that I think I want to keep still. Maybe Choice of Fortunes? Seek 2 cards, you can shuffle them if you do seek 2 cards. Like, it is card advantage, like, in the most literal sense. So I think I like it. Is it just these 2? Is it Bergie and, Well, actually, it is gonna be Rapacious Dragon. Because this is the same thing as what Goldspan is, just another red, basically. And haste, and slightly more power. So we cut Rapacious. We are going to be level 50 after this, so let me just change that. And then... Bergie or Hidetsugu and Kairi? I think... And this just might be lack of empirical data. I don't feel like Bergie has done much. I feel like Hidetsugu at least draws me a card. But often can do more than that. And I think that that's what I'm at. I'm gonna cut Bergie. Yes. And we need to cut one more card, I just realized, but we are at 50 points total. So we need one more common to cut, and I really don't want to cut another Dragon's Approach. I feel like going below 27 is just asking for trouble. Is it one of our land? Maybe we do. Maybe we do. Let's try 26. If I feel as though we are not getting enough, we'll go back up to 27. And probably cut a land. Don't worry about it, it's fine. It's fine. But we did it, we made it to Mythics. So, let's rock a few games. Let's use our last hour wisely. This deck, this deck was tough. I don't know as that I could have built a Lord Xander deck without it being Dragon's Approach. In the future, we might have to shy away from 6 mana commanders that don't intrinsically give you something right away. I don't consider discard half your hand good enough right away. So we might need to pare down our list of things that matter. Alright, we cannot keep this hand. Not much to do, no guarantee there will be stuff to do, and we've got to ship it. This is fine, though. All of our colors, things we can do on turn 3. We can cast Lord Xander and sack... I mean, we have to, right? Sarkhan, would you like to behold a dragon? Behold a dragon. When it enters, exile 3 at random from your graveyard. So it's just an enters, okay. What are you doing for 4 mana? Oh. That's pretty good. In hindsight, I'm realizing we're not playing our bird. We are instead gearing up for Damnation. Because playing the bird into a board full of flyers just does not... It's not great. Goro Goro, okay. Yeah, I don't feel bad about this in the slightest. Yeah, no. And none of these are non-creature, non-lands. Orb of Dragonkind, though. Are we at Grenzo mana? We are. I would like to commit crimes. It's our little secret. It's our little secret, chat. They also don't know we're a Dragon's Approach deck, because we still don't have a single Dragon's Approach besides the first one we had. We took their Miram. Arcane Signet? That's not bad. It's not... Like, this card is popping off, actually. I also... Yeah. I was gonna say, I don't think that they're long for this game if we're going to just leave Grenzo and let him do his thing. But let's go up to level 51. And give us 1 unspent point instead of the 9 that we don't actually have. Yeah... We took their Miram too, so could you imagine if they cast Tiamat and went to go find Miram and they're like, you raggedy little... But honestly, I think that these roiling, even if you have like maybe 4 or 5 dragons in your deck, are pretty cool. Actually, do I... Oops, sorry. Let me check. That's new. Do we put that in instead of... like... Highway robbery is free. Demand answers is instant speed. But I still think that this might just be better than... Yeah, let's put that in over demand answers. Let's go up to level 51. Because, like, the odds are that we can, I just realized we don't have a single dragon below 5 mana now. But yeah, we can... If we achieve Dragon's Approach, bounce this back to our hand. Which means we could theoretically... There would be a situation where we could do that, Goldspan, swing with Goldspan, bounce it back to hand, cast it that turn, which seems real good. I'd be down for that. That one seems spicy. What else is going on? There were some MTGA announcements that were posted. Let's take a peek. Let's take a peek as we're loading into this match. In this edition, Alchemy releases tomorrow. Dragonstorm commanders come to Brawl. Okay. Interesting. This hand is all gas. They have achieved speed. And they are rockin' Myrel. Each player can't cast more than 1 spell each turn. Worry not. Worry not. I don't want that, actually. It's probably safe for me to surveil that. Like, I should get a land. I should get an island. Like, I don't think that I should, leave things to my own devices. Can't cast spells. I mean, it doesn't matter. I'm just gonna do it now. Like, why not? Let's get a basic island. Shockland? Let's get a Shockland. So far, I can afford the life. You are not a soldier. Interesting. Ghostly Prison, that's fine with me, actually. Yeah, I'm more than okay with this. What do we do, though? Cast Xander. This Eidolon of Rhetoric is actually helping me out more than them, which is kind of crazy. Alright, well. When Ethrimic enters Manifest Dread, other creatures get +1/+1 as long as you control another creature. This one can't attack or block. Can't do that. Alright, what's up? Unearth? Yep. Alrighty. That's fine with me. Yeah, I feel like... Ooh. Ooh. I like Basri. Yeah, we'll do this. What are they rocking? Lots of strange things. Archivist of Ogma's good. That's that one that I had seen. Day of Judgments, I'm glad to see. Smothering Tithe, I'm glad to see go. Winter Moon? Alright, opponent. They are doing some degenerate things. But this Eidolon of Rhetoric has actually been helping me more than them. That's real nice. So we will sop. Hold on. Cast. On you. Cast. For free. Grenzo's indestructible. Play a land. What am I doing now? Blowing up Myrel? And then sending in a lot of damage. Yeah. Yeah. The Eidolon of Rhetoric actually, I think, stopped them more than it stopped me. That being a symmetrical effect was kind of nice. I would add it to my deck if I could. I forgot to minus the point, so we are actually up to 52 with 1 point available. That was a little degenerate. Bone Horde's a real good card. No regrets, as this is one of my mythics. It's just so much card. Like, the fact that it's 2 cards and not 1 card is crazy. It's just so much card advantage. And it's not even like you can play one of them, you can play both. Boneheart Dracosaur is a really... How much is this card? TCG player. How much is Boneheart Dracosaur? $10, that makes sense. $8 for the weird one. What do we got, hand-wise? Igra, Eater of All. I can't do anything with this hand, Wimmel. I can't do anything with this hand, but I'm more inclined to keep it because of Rusko. So... No, this is bad. Let's go deeper. This is better, I think. We'll do this. This is at least all of our colors. Let's keep that in mind. This is at least all our colors. We're not doing anything till turn 3 anyway. Would you like to... Okay, no, they would not. They can turn... They can Igra next turn if they want to. This is really bad. I will not discard a land because I need those. One. Psychrift doesn't sound bad. Yeah. I think Psychrift is our other one. As much as that sucks, maybe it should have been Flare, but... I don't know. I could see an argument one way or the other. I am taking so much damage. I had to. I couldn't do anything else. I had to do that specifically. I'm taking 10. Would you like to give everything indestructible? No. Okay. An argument should have been made for Cruxing instead, because nothing was a dragon. Because, like, what if they, not Skidlerix, what if they, Witherbloom? I would look real dumb. Okay. One, two, three, four. Honestly, I don't know what I'm doing, man. Let's pop you. Sacrifice it if you would like to. No? Okay. And I'll pass. They might cast something that I want. Searching for land, makes sense to me. Other creatures are foods, okay. Let's end this turn. Let's see what they're doing. Okay. Okay. A lot of nothing. Oh, I hear a doggo. Doggo going crazy outside. But alright, let's... They're playing a lot of nothing. I feel like they have removal for Xander, is what it is. Yeah, you got it. Yeah, you got it. How big is Igra? A 5-drop? Let's destroy all non-dragons. Hold. Is that the enter? I don't think it is. Because they would need a way to... Let's do this. I think this is better. Get rid of the cat. And maybe they can do something. Make a fish creature. Spicy. And it is now that I would like to destroy all non-dragons. This is not looking great. We're fighting for our life. Hi, Igra. Oh, okay. Sure. I like this more than whatever they've got going on. Whatever I've got going on, rather. Discard a card. You? I like you. Yeah. End turn. And I'm hoping to catch him here. Yeah. Yeah, actually, thank you. Okay. We're holding. That's gotta go. Fountain Port can draw them a card. They're actually going to fish. Let's not be greedy. Hold on. I was gonna say we can play Xander, but on the offhand they have something. On the offhand they have something. We can't let it be. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sack of food. My turn. How many Dragon's Approaches do I have? 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay. Take action. What are we grabbing? Is it just Meringue Bounce? I don't think it's Bone Horde. It could be Hidetsugu and Kairi. Is it just Meringue Bounce? Yeah. Bounce you. Yes. Bounce you. Resolve. Sack of food. Haste. Alright, hold on. Okay. Alright, we're holding. We're holding. Yeah, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to hold. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. So even without the treasure in the tramway, I can cast Xander. I think I want to draw a card. We need one more Dragon's Approach and we win. Hold. No, we don't, because they've got foods. Right. Right. Did they just go up to, Is that what they're gonna do? The issue is if they do that, they can still... What's the word? Meringue was the right play, because we had enough to actually bounce Igra. They can still... They can put something spooky into play. Bristlebud. Yeah, Bristlebud was the correct play. We need what? Actually, hold on. Wait. Hold. Maybe I needed more Dragon's Approaches. Because I'm only at 1 right now, right? Yes. Xander, Prey, pass, but I think they've got it. Okay. Okay. There's no reason not to take this here. You should not target me. Okay. Alright, well, Lightning Shrieker is sad to see go. Okay. Now they are dead to Dragon's Approach off the top. They're dead to a couple things. Oh no. They might... Alright, well they're hitting a lot of my non-Dragon's Approach cards. Take action. They have to sacrifice something, which is probably the food. Their eager is so big. There's my red dragon, which is kind of what I was hoping to get. Oh, okay. Alright, that was a little dicey. That was a little dicey for a second. Whew. Whoa. Okay. Well, they kind of spoon-fed me that win. I am feeling a little bit the effect of one less Dragon's Approach. Because that was a lot of cards milled without a Dragon's Approach. I have 35 cards in my bin. The other... Let's see. That's 5, 6, 7... 8? So 19 of my Dragon's Approaches were in my last 51 cards. That was, they should not have been like, them milling the Dragon's Approach deck did not feel great. But it worked out for them until it didn't. Because, like, if I had, I would have gotten Goldspan, or I would have gotten Red Dragon. Like, there was a lot of different things that I could have gotten. Okay. I won't look a gift horse in the mouth, though. Is that the phrase? That might be the phrase. I think that's the phrase. We'll just move on. I don't know if there are any other... Like, the other mythics I could think of adding, or rares I could think of adding, are just things that do what I'm doing better. So, like, maybe better mana rocks, or maybe better... even my rummaging is, like, really, really good right now. I can't see many other, things I want. Minimus. TTV. Alright, TTV, what do you got? I go first. I'm assuming it's bunnies. Either way, I have a look at a land. I'm assuming it's bunnies. We're gonna go for a turn 2, grab the prize, though. They gotta take their time and check out if I'm, live real quick. Lorien revealed. Yes, just in case. Just in case. And I might regret these bunnies, existing. I might regret not, like, taking the shock, but it's fine. Dragon's Approach. You know what I am now, opponent. Alright, we are lining up our lands. We find out if it's bunnies now. Hold. Hold. It's bunnies. Got it. It doesn't matter whether we do this now or later, so we'll just hold on to Lorien, just in case. Do I want anything for... Hair, apparent. Hello? I don't think I want to do anything with this Lorien, though I think we're gonna ship it. Methinks we'll be shipping. Hair apparent decks are hard. Hard to play against. Is this a Rennie? It looks like a Rennie, not Taval. I would assume. But no, hair decks are tough. I'll think about it. I thought about it. Let's Island Cycle. Surveil land, I think I don't have any more, right? Maybe that's what I had. Alright, cool. I'm one deep. I could take out a Heir Apparent. Don't particularly feel like it. Let's see what happens. I would like an untapped land off the top, actually. I have thought about my actions, thought about my decisions. I'm a changed man. Untapped land, please. This is where I'm like, thank goodness I didn't cut thank goodness I didn't cut a land and instead chose to cut a Dragon's Approach. Never mind, it's the illusion of choice. 2, 4, 6, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. I mean, might as well, right? Not hitting that 5th land was all according to my strategy. That's what we're gonna say. Delney's such a good card, though. Oh, we're dead. Good game. There was no surviving that, even without, like, the overtake. We needed that land that turn. Got it. But no, Delney... Fade to black. It is surprising. GG's Minimus. It is surprising how many commanders there are that Delney works with. Because, like, I was looking into, like, I was watching, CDH, I think CDH TV was the name, but somebody was playing, Tymna and Rograk, or Tymna and Krark? I think it was Krark Tymna. And this works with both Krark and Tymna, and it's like, oh, okay. That's pretty good, actually. Because Tymna's a 2 toughness, right? Yeah. And it's a triggered ability, so you can just fill your hand with Delney and Tymna out. It's real good. Yeah, I got bashed in the face by bunnies, though. Unsurprisingly. I do wish... Delney goes into Revi. Does it work with the Revi? Hold on. Does it? It works with the Revi. That is a little crazy. Let's take our free maul. That is so bad. Let's take our free maul. That's fine. Also, Ho. Alright, listen here. You're on thin ice. How's it going, Josh? Bottom this. I don't want to mess with our lands. Alright, would've been fine, I guess. Plot the highway robbery. That was very loud. Right, that's enough slices, please. They're Gishath? We want damage, I think. So let's go land, discard a land. No, hold on. Yeah, discard a card. We'll discard the Aquifer. Never mind. We're doing crime. I would like to cast my Thieving Haven, please. This card is so good. This card is ridiculously good. This card has no business being as degenerate as it is. Heist, a Luminous Broodmoth, huh? As much as I'm loath to not take Luminous, we need the mana. So let's cast an Incubation Druid. Because we're racing against Gishath still. Surveil 3. Okay. I like that. I like that. Next to combat, move to attacks, send in the damage in the air, that's free. Regisaur Alpha is something I don't want to deal with, so we're just going to take that. And then... I think we do this. I like this more, I think. Just in case they had, like, a shock or something. That's fine. Reach. It does give reach for a single green. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. I think we chill. I do think we approach, though. We can wash away if need be, but I think we Dragon's Approach for now, for sure. It's really good. It's really good. Oh no! Let's otherworldly gaze. All 3 to the bin, I suppose. Well, Dragon's Approach. Take action. What? Pro blue. We could... View browser. We could get Meringue. We could do Meringue. We could do Goldspan. Hold on. Twin Flame Tyrant would only deal 2. Wait. 4. Take him to 9. 3, 6. It's not enough. Okay. We could do Bone Horde. I think it's just Meringue and bounce the big dumbs. I think it's just Meringue and bounce the big dumb. Pro blue. Pro blue. 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18. That's a lot of damage. Gwenna does get bigger. Let's grab the doubler. Shock. If a source you control would deal damage. Attack. Pass. We have to hold. We have to hold. Okay. Probably gain, right? Exile my graveyard, gain 4 life. Were there any approaches in there? I don't think so. That's fine. Okay. Very funny. Ooh. Ooh. Okay. Spicy opponent. Did that throw? We should have attacked first, I think. Or not attacked first, that's fine. Alright, they swung with their only thing that could block. Okay. I'll take it. I'll take it. Called off today? You're here to vibe? Alright, I hope everything is going well, Sid. We were dead next turn. I don't think we could have stopped whatever happened. We were dead next turn. This, I'm very glad, was out of their deck because of last March of the Ents resolving. This is a insanely good card. And I feel like I probably should have picked one up before the Abzan came out, because it talks about toughness. And I think it spiked because of that, but I'm so glad we didn't let them get haste. If they had gotten this or the Goring Ceratops, which would have... They could have gotten that one. That would have been brutal. But let's update our points. Let me add a Surveil land. We have 3 points. Let me add the other Surveil land that I don't have in the deck yet. Because there was a time where that actually made a difference. Surveil. Land. Thundering Falls, I believe I wanted. A blue... Yeah, because of Lorien revealed. So up a Thundering Falls, down a... Molten Tributary. Nope. You can fetch that one. We'll go down the Artifact land. Because like I said, I'm very worried about that. Up to 53. And down to 1 point left. Yeah, we made it to Mythics, if you're lurking, Josh, so we're chilling. We got some spicy ads. Which, this card is ridiculously good. I might need to pick one up just because, like, I think I want one in my collection. Because you exile the top 2 cards, you can play either of them or both of them. If you hit a land, make a dino. If you hit a non-land, make a treasure. Like, I think 4 years ago... No, I think 3 years ago, it would have said, exile the top 2, you can play them this turn. If you hit a land, make a treasure. If you hit a non-land, make a dinosaur. I think 5 years ago, you could exile the top 2 cards of your library. Same thing, but it doesn't have first strike. I think 7 years ago, exile the top 2 cards of your library. It doesn't have first strike. You choose one of them to play this turn. All the other effects. And I think 10 years ago, original Ixalan, it doesn't have... It might have first strike. They might give first strike back. But you pick one, and it doesn't have any of the exile effects. You don't get a dino, you don't get a treasure. Just pick one, cast one. Like, Bone Horde is, like... If I were to look at a creature that is standard legal, that is the definition of power creep, probably Bone Horde. Probably Bone Horde. But I hope you guys are all doing well. Sin, Josh. We be fighting today. We be fighting. I don't like this hand. Multani is lands, right? We'll keep this. Yeah. Multani is the lands you control, and in your graveyard. Multani's interesting. But let's... What? Living Weapon, Vigilance, and Lifelink. No. That is not something we can deal with. I care about the lifelink a lot, actually. Because could you imagine Multani getting lifelink? Ridiculous. Let's start with the loot. Do I greed? We're gonna get rid of Damnation. I'm gonna go for the greedy play. We're gonna plot this card, though. This is so greedy. We need a land, we get a Niv Mizzet. If we get a Niv Mizzet, we go crazy. Oh, no. Nope, we're gonna have to take a turn off our plan. Mythweaver cannot live. Yeah, we need to take a turn off. Alright, it's the illusion of choice. Mythweaver Light. We are slamming this, game? Discard a card. It's gonna be Dragon's Approach. Ah! Alright. Alright. Let's flashback, because we're gonna need something. We're gonna need something here. That is not something. We are going to be in danger soon. Okay. I'm worried about a fight spell, because that's the kind of removal this deck would have. But we're gonna rip Niv. We're just gonna rip Niv. Please, no fight spell. Hold. I'll let you attack, it's fine. I'm not gonna block. No fight spell, no deal damage spell. Hold. It's my first time casting this dragon. Oh! What does that give? Just Vigilance? That's fine. For a second I thought it was Vigilance and Lifelink again. They still could have a fight spell. I'm still in danger. This Pike looks sick, though. Oh... Oh, this is bad. So about that lifelink. This is really, really bad. Okay. Well, I feel silly. Okay. I think we're dead. I just think we are. Wait. Hold. We're not dead. We're very, very close to dead. I really don't want to sack Niv. That is a terrible card. I don't want that. What I do want is... I can't attack because they can just swing with Tireless Provisioner then. What I do want is... They're probably just going to equip Basilisk Collar, right? 10... I want to. I can't, but I want to. Man. Draw 0, cast nothing of use, lose the game. Seems good. Seems good. I really, really wanted to. Yeah, good game. We were so close. We were so close. That's any creature or artifact. That's pretty good. Oh, we were dead even if they didn't have... Yeah. Well done. That was really good. I tried so hard. I guess I should have waited for, I don't know, Tarian Soul Cleaver? Ugh. I got to draw cards, though. I tried to draw my way out. Alright, Tarian Soul Cleaver's a really good card, isn't it? Not in my deck, but in general. Alright, let's run one more game. It's 2:01 past stream time, but I also started late. I started like 20 minutes late and then had stream issues, so... Let's rock another game. Has anybody been playing Expedition 33? I don't... If I play it, it will be a while before I get to it, just because, like, saving money for other stuff that I'm doing. But it looks really, really good. The sound design also is really, like, sound, great. Music, great. This is the damage Ureni, right? Imagine for a moment, if you will. But no, can't do that. Free mull. Real bad. Free mull to 6? That's fine. Put you on bottom. This is the damage Ureni, right? Yeah. Pro white, pro black. Cool. We're gonna do crime on turn 2. Oh no. I will discard a Dragon's Approach. I will... Okay. 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 Oh no. Is it worth... I think we hold off on mana drain for this turn. That's fine. That's actually really good. 6, 7... They're a turn off, but they might have some dumb degenerate stuff. You got it. Solemn does have haste. I don't think they'll swing with him, though. Yeah. Yep, makes sense to me. Ireni's a 10-10, right? Yeah, ooh. Ireni's a 10-10. No shot. One, two, three, four, five. Yeah, you got it. No shot. That is insane. Ooze Druid. Okay. That is crazy. Yeah, sure, I guess. We're gonna scry for a land. Ireni's uncounterable. That is crazy. Alright. Taking 10 to the dome this turn. 10 to the dome. This is brutal. This is real bad. I guess I should have ramped earlier. Absolutely disgusting. You know what? Can't even cast Rusco. Can't even cast Rusco. What a world we live in. Yep. Maybe I... Oh, I couldn't even... No, I could have cast Expressive. Maybe I should have taken Expressive, I guess. Although, I wouldn't have been able to do anything with that, either. Hi, Sarkhan. No. I am so very dead. Because I go to 2. They can cast Sarkhan. Oh, I'm just dead. Yeah. Oh, they tapped their mana wrong. I'm at 1, though. Nothing really saves me here, though. Well. Well. I would like a Grenzo. Kill spell? That's good. Crazy. What a crazy game. Yeah. What a wild game to end on. What are you even doing? Oh, giving a random creature -1/-. Yeah, -1 cost. Well done, well done. I got greedy, I took the mana drain, and they had... Were they sandbagging that the whole time? Or like... No, because they went down to 0 cards in hand. That is the top deck of all time for them to get. I am so upset that that's how that played out. I would have loved 8 mana. Cast this, cast Rusco, maybe Twin Flame, get a little spicy with it. Oh, that would hurt. Okay. That's what we're gonna call it today. We're gonna be back with Final Fantasy 16. We're working our way through that game while we prep for the 16 set, or for the set dropping in June. But next week will be our last day rocking Xander. And then we'll pick a new commander, restart, back at 99 commons, and figure out where we're going from there. Appreciate chilling and chatting with you guys today. I hope you guys have a good rest of your day. It's Monday, but you've got this. Hang in there. As always, the most important advice I'll leave you with. Take care of yourselves. Remember to tell the people you care about that you love them. I'll be back on Wednesday. Bye.